All right, everything should be good to go. We're actually testing some vertical on other platforms today, so this should be very interesting. Just make sure all the done. All right, Asan, what's going on, man? How we doing? Just gotta check the music real quick. How we doing? Just gotta check the music real quick. How we doing? Yo, Loki, I gotta turn off my All right, give me 1 second, guys. Let me fix that real quick.
Way too loud.
All right. I just realized how loud my laundry machine actually is. All right. Good. How's the audio, guys? Can you have if everyone could give me a little thumbs up in the chat, that would be awesome. Make sure the LinkedIn chat looks good. My God. All right, events. Nice, that looks good. We won't start anytime. We'll give it like 3 minutes until we actually get started, so just give everyone a moment to hop in here. All right. TikTok, YouTube is good. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, today's biggest system really is kind of breaking down just getting to 40,000 followers, our engagement strategy, really just our entire strategy as a whole. We're kind of breaking that down today, especially for 2026 and like the new algorithm. There's so much change now, so we're going to kind of break all that down today. But before we do that, let me just make sure I've got chat opened. Just give everyone a moment to hop in here. Mute. Okay. Make sure that's muted. Okay. I turn my microphone down a little bit. It's really loud. Okay. Yeah, if you guys could give me a thumbs up in the chat if it looks good. Hassan, how's it going, man? How's the day going? Hope everything's going well. I got the chat on the bottom left of the screen so you guys can see when you're chatting and all that. It's pretty cool. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, we've got a very packed live today, so hope you guys can get lots of value out of this one. Ask any questions you have. You are more than welcome to ask away today. All right, chat's open. Great. I might chat on my phone, actually. Cool. All right, sweet, guys. We'll give everyone a couple more minutes to get in here, and then for anyone that's new, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are having a great day today. It's Friday, one of the last Fridays of the month. One more after this, so as you know, we do the Innovator Hour every single Friday. We're always here live every single Friday to go over all the LinkedIn strategies, what's working, what's not working, showing my systems for creating content, for getting leads, for getting engagement. As you know, LinkedIn is my #1 platform for my business. I use it for my personal brand, my business, getting new leads. Pretty much everything that I do stems out of LinkedIn. So I always teach that LinkedIn is one of the best platforms to grow on. So alternatively, with LinkedIn, you can also use YouTube, you can use Instagram, you can use all these other platforms to kind of build out this crazy system. So we're going to really focus on that today in today's live, is just how I got to where I am today and what systems I'm using and what systems I have in place to get to where I am with my personal brand and my business. So that's going to be today's main lesson. And then Savanch, I hope I said that correctly. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going good today. Hope your 2026 is going fantastic. We'll get started in about 2 minutes. And then, guys, throughout the live today, if you have any questions, please ask away. You can ask me anything. It's kind of like a live, but it's also a Q&A style. So even if I'm talking about something, you can go ahead and ask any questions you want. I do like to have more of the Q&A style for the live, so you can interrupt me anytime. You can ask anything you want. This is an open book here. I'm essentially giving you 60 minutes of my time to just ask me whatever. If you have any struggles with LinkedIn, if you're struggling with content, leads, who knows, whatever it is, you can ask that. We'll break it down here. All right, we'll go a few more minutes, and then we'll get started here. Looks like we got Ashwathi, welcome to the stream. Mary, good to see you again. Mingson, good to see you. We got MD, welcome back. Welcome back from the YouTube. Vivek, good to see you. Hope all's well, man. Tanner, good to see you as well. I had a great time seeing you in the last live. Great to see you again. Awesome. Okay. All right, cool. So actually, I think the first thing I want to do today is kind of break down all of the software and tools that I'm using just so you guys have a good understanding of how I'm building my business here on LinkedIn. So over the last, I would say, 60 days or so, actually more recently too, last 30 days, is people have been talking about their LinkedIn getting blocked, them getting logged out, them saying that LinkedIn thinks they're using automation tools. One of the most important things to note, and this has happened to myself recently, is I have been logged out of my LinkedIn account because LinkedIn thinks I'm using AI tools to, let's say, send a lot of engagement messages, send a lot of connections, whatever it is. LinkedIn thinks that we've been doing this, right? And this has happened to thousands of creators that I'm seeing on the timeline. So one of the most important things that I've noticed is if you are using any tools, make sure you're not fully automating comments and you're not fully automating crazy amounts of DMs or let's say comment XYZ and I'll send you this. Don't spam a bunch of those. If you do anything that's inhumane, it's not actually what a human would do, LinkedIn will see it as an AI bot and you'll probably get logged out. You'll get rate limited and you might even get banned on LinkedIn. So be careful of how many things you're doing. And that comes from too many profile views at once and too many comments or DMs at once. If you limit these numbers, you're going to be totally fine. You'll be okay. I did see a few people message me about that, so I thought I'd clear that up. Don't do too many actions at once. You can do a lot of comments, you can do connections throughout the day, but don't do a huge bulk of, like, say, 200 comments in a single hour, right? That's way too much. It's not going to do well for you. So just ensure that you're not doing too many things that look AI, right? Okay, so now we have that out of the way. Let me break down my tools. So we did have a few questions in the school this week regarding platform tools that we're using to actually build our business here on LinkedIn. So let me go over that. Before we go do that, though, I will drop a quick link in the school. We are live. I'll drop this in here so everyone knows. What kind of emoji should we use? Siren emoji? We'll do siren. Nah, we'll do gem. Rocket ship and fireball. Let's go. We are live on LinkedIn for our next episode of the Innovator Hour. Join here. Ask me anything. See you there, peeps. All right, cool. I'll drop that here, guys. So if you're in the school, the link is there to join the chat. Remember, you can ask anything in the chat, guys. Feel free to ask whatever you want. I'm an open book here. All right, so I will add this photo here so people know what we're doing. Beautiful. Okay, so let's start with the different software that we're using. So for everything LinkedIn, for creating comments, for doing engagement, everything we're doing, we use Supergrow for literally everything. Supergrow is a paid tool. It's not a free tool. It does cost monthly or annual, but I use this for everything. So let me just break this down for you. You can actually, if you're an agency, if you're managing clients, you can also put all of your clients on Supergrow. So it's pretty awesome. So basically for Supergrow, we use the Kanban and the calendar for scheduling content. So it's this really cool software where you can add your draft content, you can put it into the in-review or approve, you can schedule your content, and you can even look at your calendar view and see, okay, I've got content for this day, this one's good, we need content for this one. You can kind of see overall of where your content is and what you have published and what you have scheduled. So Supergrow is kind of the hub for myself, for all my students, for all my clients. We're all using some sort of software like this. You've got things like Taplio, which you can use. There's a lot of softwares like this, but I would recommend if you are a visual person, right? You can do Google Sheets where you have like the different dates and you can drop your links there. You can do Google Sheets. But if you're a visual learner, you're someone like me who likes to see my calendar, you like to see everything in one spot, a tool like this is going to be 100% recommended, okay? So we use Supergrow for this. We also have an engagement strategy. Now, the purpose of today's live is to kind of show you how I've built a brand of 40,000 followers on LinkedIn. I have grown a business of over 6 figures in the last 3 years, building specifically on LinkedIn. So for this one, we do an engagement strategy. For the last 3 years, it's been pretty much the same, but we've been using an engagement strategy, which is commenting on other creators' content, commenting on ICP, commenting on other, let's say, business owners on their content on the platform every single day. And Marlene, good to see you in the chat. Welcome in. And then Mariam, good to see you as well. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. If you guys just got to the live, we are currently breaking down Supergrow, the LinkedIn tool that I use for pretty much everything on here. So if you're new, you can ask any questions throughout the live. It's all going to be recorded. So ask away and you'll receive. So for LinkedIn, if you're not actually, we'll start with this. If you're not doing engagement, if you're not commenting on other creators' posts, if you're not engaging with other people, you're actually limiting a lot of your potential reach. So my content goes out every day at 7 in the morning. This is Eastern time, 8 a.m. Eastern, okay? So every morning I create my content, I post it, and then I go out onto LinkedIn and I find a list of 67 creators. So people that are in my niche that are much smaller than me, people in my niche that are about the same size as me, follower count wise, and then people that are way bigger than me, 100,000, 200,000, 1 million followers have a lot more reach, right? And I build that into a simple list like this, okay? And this allows me to get all their recent content. So you can say these all published today or yesterday, and I'll go through this and I'll comment on all of these posts. So I'm engaging with people that are smaller, same size, and bigger than me. So that way I have a lot more potential reach. So the reason why this works so well is, let's say, for example, I comment on Danny's post, right? Let's say I commented on this one, okay? And you see that my comment is doing pretty well. If it's a good comment, then it'll do well. If it's not a good comment, it's probably not going to benefit you as much. But let's say, for example, I commented on this post, right? And let's say my comment is right here at the top. Now, this comment is probably going to get a few hundred, maybe even a few thousand impressions, ultimately getting people to go to your profile, right? If you have 7,000 people that see your comment here, I would say at least 1% of them are probably going to go to your profile, right? Boom. If you have an optimized profile now, these, let's say 1% of 7,000 people, 700 people, whatever it is, they're going to see your profile. So if it's optimized, it sends people to, let's say, your website, maybe your newsletter, whatever it is. All these people have seen it now. So not only are you posting your own content and you're getting, let's say, a few thousand impressions, all of your comments are actually totaling a lot more than what your content does. So yeah, you can post content. Content does great. It gets you impressions. It kind of builds your authority. It helps you grow your brand. But ultimately, if you're posting a lot of comments, you're getting way more reach, way more impressions, way more profile views just from comments. So if you don't have a system already, I would recommend doing something like this where you're commenting every single day. I typically do around, let's say, 500 to 1,000 comments a week, which is about 50 to 100 comments a day, okay? I don't do all my comments in the morning. I kind of space it out. So in the morning before breakfast, I'll do some comments. Let's say I'm in the car waiting on like a haircut, whatever it is, I'll do some comments. Whenever you have time in your day that you're not, talking to your family or you're on a call with a client, if you have a time where you're not busy, it could be if you're sitting like, I don't know, on the couch waiting for dinner to cook, whatever it is, do some comments. You can open your phone, open LinkedIn, and just start commenting a little bit. You can probably get in 5 comments here, 10 comments there. And then by the time you actually go to sleep, you've probably done 50 plus comments, okay? So commenting is a very specific strategy that has helped me and everyone else that I've worked with grow in the last 3 years. So if you're not already doing this, this is a strategy that you don't just want to like, maybe I'll do it. This is something you have to do to see a lot of growth on LinkedIn, okay? Also, Mariam, I just joined. I learned a lot from the previous live session, and I'm looking forward to learning more. Amazing. Good to have you here. Like I said, if you have any questions, please ask right now and throughout this live. I'm more than happy to help you, whatever you're struggling with. All right, Justin, good to see you, man. I'm located on the West Coast. Do I need to adjust my commenting time frame to East Coast to better align with when people like you, Justin Welsh, etc., post? Reason I asked is I thought commenting is most effective in the first 30 minutes of a post. Yes, that's a great question. Let me actually adjust this logo a little bit. Okay. So yeah, great question. I think it is important to post, yes, when you first, comment when you first post. I post at 7 a.m. Central, right? 8 a.m. Eastern. So I typically comment about 30 minutes before and then about 30 minutes after. I have that commenting time right there. I also comment throughout the rest of the day because all these people on my list, they don't all post in the morning. You'll have people post at 1 p.m., 3 p.m. They're all over the place. So ultimately, just commenting does help me reach throughout the entire day. If you want to help boost your content, because when you comment on other people's posts or when you DM people, your post actually pops up at the top of their feed, okay? So when you post, let's say at 7 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Eastern time, when you post there and you're commenting, your post will pop up at the top of their timeline, which means you'll probably get more reach. So if you can comment at the time frame, what time frame did you say? You said you post East Coast to better align with, yeah. So what I would do is, yes, if you can comment more at that East Coast time and other people are commenting as well and posting at that time, I would 100% change to that just because you can be on other people's schedules. I would 100% recommend, yes, switch to that time. If you're seeing decent results at what you're currently doing, you can always just try it and see if it changes. But the most important thing is this: you can comment when you post, and other people in your niche are also active. If you have both those checked off, you're golden. If you have one of those that's not checked off, I would recommend changing the time to more like that morning time when like Justin Wells posts, when all the other big creators post, you name it. It's good to be in that same range there. Does that make sense, Justin? I would say you could definitely change it to make sure that you're in that same time frame, 100%. Okay. I need to adjust this commenting area, guys, because the comments look good there. All right. I'm going to put this actually in the top left. Boom. Okay. That looks good. Cool. Okay. So another question here from Mariam. Commenting has really opened up more opportunities for me. I noticed that everything improved after I started leaving thoughtful comments. It even helped me connect with a client I began helping on LinkedIn. In just the first week, he received 2 leads, all thanks to those meaningful comments. Yeah, I also get a lot of inbound clients specifically from commenting. So I cannot recommend it enough to create a good commenting strategy. Comment 30 minutes before, roughly 30 minutes after you post, and then comment throughout the day. And then also comment when other people are active. That's the most important thing. Yeah, of course, Justin, absolutely. And just so you know, my strategy is 8 a.m. posting Eastern. I comment before and after. Everyone else is also active. There's so many creators on this list even that are like posting at the same time. That's why 8 a.m., like 7 a.m. is so optimized because LinkedIn is so active. Everyone's posting, everyone's commenting. You know, all the leads are active. Everyone's so warm. It's super easy, right? So that's why I recommend 8 a.m. Arjun, of course, absolutely. That's the commenting strategy, though. If you guys don't have like something like Supergrow, you can even create like a list on Google Sheets. You can also just go to your timeline, right? You can just go to your timeline, and you could honestly just find content that you know that's kind of in your niche, and you can comment on this stuff. I find really good posts on my timeline all the time that I'll just like scroll. Okay, this one has 77 comments, probably has a decent amount of impressions. I'll go ahead and just comment on this, and I'll scroll down more. Oh, there's another good one. Comment on that. No. More LinkedIn stuff. Where are my clients hanging out? Boom. Another one. Let's comment on this. You kind of get the gist of it. I like to use Supergrow though because it kind of like streamlines the entire approach. So, can the AI here help us to write insightful comments in Supergrow? So to answer that question, yes, they have AI. You're right. You can set the tone. You can write a custom prompt. You can do agree, excited. Let me just see what it looks like. I personally have never used AI for comments. I don't use any of this stuff. See, this is what happens. It says, brilliant analogy, whispering the right things to money truly is the key. That is horrible. Absolutely agree. It's all about knowing how to make money listen. That's horrible. Such a fresh perspective. No, so I'll be honest, most AI comments are really bad. You have to really work on a custom prompt, right? So these ones are bad. If you do something like maybe a custom prompt, this could help a lot. If you do the custom prompt, if you learn how to write a good prompt, this could be game changing, okay? Because you don't really want to use like this. These AI tools are not that good. Custom prompts are really good. So if you go maybe into ChatGPT or Claude and have it write a really good prompt based on like your industry, your niche, what you sell, what you offer, then this could be really helpful. So I would actually test out this custom prompt and let me know how it is. But I personally don't use AI for any sort of commenting. Commenting is easy for me. Like I'll just read a post and using my knowledge, I will just have a simple comment. Like my comments are very easy because I've been doing it for so long. I just like to have a conversation with the person. So for me, it's very easy. I wouldn't like overthink when it comes to what kind of comment should I create. If you're just agreeing with a post, if you're saying like, oh yeah, I agree with X, Y, Z. If you're just like restating what the post says, you might as well not make comments. It's useless. Adding your own opinion, adding like let's say for example, this guy talks about money, buy my thing. He's talking about offers, I believe. That's when he's talking about how money talks, right? I would say create a comment about something that this aligns with your business, with your brand, with your messaging, with your targeting, with your positioning. Do that. Don't just like I agree with this because XYZ or I don't agree with this. That works. but it's not really valuable. What you could do is utilize something that your let's say your ICP would find really helpful and add that as a comment. So something that I would do is I know my ICP struggles with ABC, okay? So I'm going to take this post and I'm going to somehow create a comment that would help my ICP. I don't really care about everyone else. Like if my comments aren't getting any business, it doesn't really matter, right? So I'm focusing on what my ICP would find very helpful, and that comment will now be made on this post. And then on this post, how will this comment help my ICP? And then this one, right? Sometimes I'll speak directly to the creator, sometimes I'll speak to the ICP. It just depends on the post and like more your style there. But I would really focus on your ICP and the creator, and that's about it. Kind of build a relationship with people, right? It's not just about using AI. Okay, and then what's the best post strategy that works for you? Yeah, I can go with posting. After comments, we'll talk about posting. Okay, another question from Gurbani. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Good to see you here. If my ideal clients are in the US, but I'm based in India, does changing my LinkedIn location improve my chances of reaching the right ICP? This is actually a really great question. I think a lot of people talk about this. Yes, it can. I think also a lot of people they'll do is they'll actually change their location to where they live to USA. They'll actually change their name. I've seen a lot of people change their names, which is crazy. But in terms of location, I say why not? Try it out and see what happens. I would recommend if you want to reach a US audience, though, your posting time cannot be ideal India time, because ideal India time for me in Florida is 8 p.m. my time. 8 p.m. I'm not posting at 8 p.m. I'm also not targeting an Indian audience, right? So I don't need to post at 8 p.m. my time. If you're in India and you want to reach US, I think you're going to have to post at about 8 or what is it? Maybe it's not 8 p.m., but whatever it is, you have to basically turn your time to the US time and post when we're active here if you want to hit the US market, obviously, right? So I don't think the location is as important. I think your posting time and when you're active is more important, right? So I would say focus on the US time zone versus the India time zone if you're trying to reach that US market, absolutely. Okay, so that's it for the commenting, guys. That's a pretty good strategy. I guess the last thing I would recommend is when you're creating content, okay? If you're creating content every single day, do not forget to go through your post comments, okay? So I'm going to go to my post. LinkedIn has been really weird today. It's been like all over the place. But go to your post comments and make sure you're actually interacting with them. Make sure you're commenting on them. Make sure you're responding to your comments. Do not forget to respond to your comments on your post. So you have your comments to other people, okay? You have your comments to your own post, and then you also have your comments on, let's say, other people's post comments, okay? So if you have all those three things, you're golden. If you forget about your own post comments, that is bad. People are not going to want to comment on your stuff as much, okay? So your goal is to build a relationship with other people posting. Your goal is to build a relationship with people in your post comments, and then also comments of other post comments, okay? Make sense? Good. Okay. All right, guys, that is post commenting. Hope that helps. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Okay, this is all recorded, so you can go back and watch this strategy. But I think we can move on to posting strategy, what works really well on LinkedIn, what's not working, and best times to post, and how I create content. So let's do that next. Let me get a sip of my coffee real quick. Good. Guys, I'm using this new cup. It's like this Ember mug. And it keeps your coffee warm 24/7. I don't know if you can see the steam coming out, but the coffee stays at like 100 and something degrees 24/7. It's an amazing technology here. It's beautiful. Okay, so great question. Now let's move on to Mariam. To answer your question for a post strategy, let me show you what I do. I'll actually show you two options that I have here. Let me open up my Google Sheets. Justin, talk more commenting on your own post. This is new to me. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So for all you guys that are new to commenting, what I always do is think about this way. You want more post comments on your post, right? You want more comments. So what I do is I'll go through my post and I'll go through the comments and I will ask questions. So I will ask people questions, things like, are you simple just like me? This post isn't really about LinkedIn. It's more about like my simple lifestyle. But I'll ask comments and it's like, this guy responded. We had a few more responses here, but asking questions will ultimately drive more comments, right? So let's say, for example, I have 20 comments on my post, okay? And I ask those 20 people a question. Let's say half of them respond. I now have an extra 10 comments, and I'm also going to respond to their answer to my question. So you go from 20 comments, right, to like 50, 60 plus, just because you asked a question. So what I would do is I would post your post, right? Then I would look at my comments and I would respond to my comments with a question. They respond and then I respond again. So you're basically taking one comment into like 4 comments. Okay. So my advice to you is ask questions on your comment section, build a relationship with people and just have fun. Like build some friendships. Maybe there's people in your comment section that are like really cool people that could ultimately like good friends down your line or good like business partners or good creator friends, whatever it is. Build relationships and ask questions with your comment section and it'll go a lot further. You'll get a lot more comments on your post long term for sure. Yeah, Justin, it's my favorite thing ever too. Those mugs. But yeah, that's gonna be ask questions. Like if any of you guys don't do this, I recommend it. Like I've been doing it for over 3 years, and the last 6 months I've been asking a lot of questions and just boost my comments to like 300-400 a post. I think I had a post the other day that had like 600 comments. So ask questions. That's huge. And don't ask boring questions. Don't just say like, do you agree or like, what are your thoughts? Ask like meaningful questions that you want a legit answer to. So if someone's asking about my strategy, I'll give them a response and I'll straight up ask them, like, what are you doing for your strategy? Like, what is your exact posting time? Like, how are you doing X, Y, Z? Because I'm interested in what they are doing differently. And so maybe I can learn from my comments, right? Maybe I can learn from my audience, or maybe I can offer them something that I like a paid offer that I have, right? You never know where a comment can go. Can Supergrow help us with outreach as well? Supergrow doesn't do connections, no. I use AimFox for that. So AimFox. This is the one I use for everyone, all my clients, everyone. I can show you actually. Let me log in real quick. But do I post a comment to my own post right after posting? Oh, are you talking about the pinned comments? Yeah, I do that too. I do like this one, for example. The Ask Me Anything. I'm seeing in the comments for 60 minutes today. Feel free to ask anything. I do this all the time. I always ask questions. So yeah, I do that typically 2 to 3 comments a post. Yes, I would do that. Okay, guys, in terms of your, let's see. Yeah, so I'll put in the chat, I will put my LinkedIn outbound. Okay. So that is my LinkedIn outbound tool, guys, in the chat there. I believe it worked, right? Yeah, so that's gonna be my LinkedIn outbound tool. That's AimFox. And I use AimFox to essentially send out connections. I use it to send out DMs, connection request messages. I use that for everything there. So AimFox is like my outbound tool, okay? Supergrow is more of an inbound tool, so content and engagement. And then I use AimFox for connections. The number one thing you want to remember is when you are using LinkedIn tools, do not spam anything and do not overdo anything. Don't automate your comments and don't automate mass DMs, okay? Both of those things are very important. If you do those things, you're going to get locked out of your account. You could even get banned. So you can use these tools as more of like a slow burn in terms of sending out connections slowly. Let's say scheduling your content or getting posts to engage on, but don't mass DM, don't mass connect, and don't mass comments with AI, okay? Don't do those things. Okay. Also, Afreen, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. How to take a comment and build relationships and take the conversation to DMs. Great question. I personally never really take conversations to DMs. I kind of have people actually, in the way that works for me is I will take my DMs, right? Or sorry, my comments, and I will engage with my comments, but I will wait until the people that are in my comment section to reach out to me, right? Unless they ask a specific question and I'm like, okay, I can't really answer this in my comment section. Maybe it's too long of an answer, or maybe I don't know if I'll like see the comments again, because a lot of times I have so much content that someone will ask a question and I'm gonna miss it, right? So sometimes I'll be like, okay, that's a great question. Let's take it to DMs so I can further help you, right? And I'll take it to their DMs, and then that way I can have a conversation with them, and that can ultimately lead me to offering my paid offers and my free stuff, right? So what I recommend is the only people you should take to DMs is people that have real questions for you that you don't want to like handle in comment sections, and people that like literally want something from you, right? Or they want to like connect with you harder, or they want to get your program or your course, whatever it is. I would only take those people to DMs. If you just have people that are commenting like with AI or whatever, don't take those people to DMs. Like I can go through here and I can actually find people that comment with AI. Like I actually saw a few today. Like this guy. This is definitely AI. So like for AI comments, I don't really like. I just put thank you. I don't spend time on engaging with these people because I know it's AI. So he used like an M dash here, and he's like, Alex, embracing the simple stuff isn't minimum. So it's like they say like it's not this, it's that. They're using M dashes. They're using like numbers and like weird like quotations and stuff. Like no normal person does that when they're commenting. So for this person, I am not taking that person to my DMs, right? I'm just gonna say thank you and move on. For people that are asking meaningful questions and like want something or like want to know more, take those people to DMs. Okay. You can't hear audio is. Okay. I think audio should be good. Your audio is. Yeah, audio is good. I have to refresh the stream. I will tell you this. Okay, awesome guys. That's great. Okay, so yeah, great question on the comments. That's all really good. Okay, so I think we'll move on to content now. I think we've done a lot on the outbound. And guys, real quick, just so you know for outreach, let me show you guys outreach real quick. So you recommend only automate connections sending, but not DMs manually. Yeah, I would not automate DMs unless they're connection DMs. Okay, can I just show you an example real quick? So for example, I have a flow like this, right? So I will send a connection request with a message saying, hey, first name, I would love to welcome you to the Growth Innovator community. Okay. And that's my community. Let's connect. LinkedIn is the #1 platform to build. So I'm basically saying like, hey, I'd love to invite you to my community, and I'd like to connect with you. It's the #1 place to build. Okay, that's my connection request. Then I'm going to wait 5 hours. I'm going to send them another DM saying like, hey, it's great to be connected. I have a quick question for you. And I filmed a short video. Do you want the video, right? I'm just asking them, hey, you want the video? And then if not, if they don't respond to this 3 days later, I send them this, okay? So you can do this. It's also not bulk. I send out very few DMs. It's probably like, a few a day max. I don't send too many out. But I have a connection request sequence that goes from connection request to a main sequence. I even like their post too. So this is a really, really good strategy. We actually teach this in our cohort. I guess I'll let you guys know too, if you guys haven't already, take a look at the cohort. We have 8 days left till the beginning of this, and it's also only open to 17 more people out of 25. We're doing 25 people for 90 days. We're coaching them literally everything you need to know about your LinkedIn. So outbound, inbound, content, monetization, everything. You get all of our strategies. We kind of build it alongside you. So let me just drop that in the chat for you guys. It's a 90-day program, and it starts in February. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go there and just take a look at that when you have time later. And then I'd love to have you guys there. If you have any questions, you can also book a call on this page. You can book a call here. So if you're not sure if this is for you, you can book a call, and I'll audit your brand and kind of see if it's something that would help you or if it's not really for you. But yeah, I would definitely go here, and you can get all these strategies starting in February. 25 of you guys, 90 days total, 17 spots left. Okay, but yeah, to answer your question though, yes, I don't send anything automated too much, only a few per day. All my replies and comments are manually. The only thing that's automated is connection requests and a few connection messages there. But yeah, that's a great example of what my campaigns look like. I've got a few that are running right now, and we can actually test to see how good they are. Some of them have like a 25% success rate, which is really high. Some have 17, which is low side, 18, 23. Ideally, I do push for about 25 to 50% connection rate responses. But the more you test, the more you can A/B test, and yeah. So that's going to be my outbound strategy here. We go way more in depth in this in like our cohort, for example, which you can join. But yeah, this is kind of like the easy understanding. You can ask any more questions you have, but this is like the easy understanding of the outbound strategy on top of Supergrow. All right, guys. So let's actually pivot to content. I think content is a good thing to start now. Afreen, if you have any other questions about your question about the relationships too, let me know. That's a great question. I think a lot of people struggle with knowing how to create your comments, how to create replies, and how to create DMs, just because it's kind of an overthought strategy in my business and like the way we run it here. We focus on more of the simple approach. We don't overthink, okay, we're doing this, then this. We have this full system. It's all automated. We've got this, and this. It's more just like build relationships, be cool with people, and just be yourself. Like that for me has been the easiest way to succeed on LinkedIn, is just doing my own thing, being simple, and knowing like what works for me and what works for my audience versus trying to like just copy templates, right? It doesn't work that well. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend in terms of comments and just outbound and in general. Just be yourself and be simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. It's nothing to overcomplicate, honestly. All right, Justin, sounds good, man. If you want the recording, it'll be on YouTube, School, and LinkedIn. Good to have you here, man. Hope to see you in the next one, too. Take care, man. Also, Praven, I am very happy to hear that. Absolutely. Happy to help anytime. If you have any other questions, please drop them in the chat. Let me know. I got you. All right, guys, let's move on to content now. The question was from Mariam. She said, let's see, best strategy that works for posting. Okay, so let's move on to posting now. I think for content, creating content is one of the most important aspects of your brands. I've been creating content on the platform for 3 years straight. I have posted every single day, if not twice a day on some days. I haven't stopped yet, and it's the reason why I've been able to grow so much and grow my business so much. So my strategy currently is 7 times a week, I post at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, okay? I do that every single day, right? It's the same every single day. I don't change it. I don't change the times. Some days I post a second time, ideal for other parts of the world at 8 p.m., but essentially is the sweet spot is 3 to 7 per week, okay? If you have the time, 5 to 7 is ideal. If you don't have the time, 3 to 5 is more than enough, okay? So what I would recommend is the first thing you kind of want to do is build out your posting schedule, okay? So you want to know what days you're posting. So for me, it's going to be at Central Time, 7 a.m. You want to know this. This is very specific, okay? Now you want to decide, okay, what days am I posting? Do I post on Monday through Sunday? If you're posting once a day, absolutely. If you're only posting 5 times a week, let's figure that out. So you'd probably want to do, okay, let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You kind of just need to find out when your audience is active and choose those 5 days accordingly. If you're only doing, let's say, 3 posts, you could do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're doing 4 posts, you could do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. You just got to find what days are ideal for your audience and pick that. So the first thing you need to do is figure out your posting time and what days of the week you post. You don't have to create a system for this, but the reason why I do it and it helps so much is I know exactly when I'm posting and what days I'm posting. So I don't have to think about, oh, wait, should I post today or what time should I post today? I have a system for it. So that's why I recommend choose your posting time, choose your frequency, choose your time slots, and then stick with it, okay? So this is the first thing you need to decide on. Do this and you're golden, okay? So once you've done that, you're actually golden for the next step, which is to actually start creating your content, start creating drafts, and then you name it. So we'll go to the Kanban for this. Now for the Kanban, I have a draft area, which is like where I draft content. I've got an review section, which is where once I'm done drafting content, I'll put it here. And then I've got approved, scheduled, and published. So one thing you guys can do is if you are struggling to find content, if you're struggling to find new ideas, you can go to your timeline, right? And you can just scroll your timeline for like 5-10 minutes and just find some posts that you think are really good. So for example, Nick here talks about your ideal customer, how to create and improve your ICP. This is a fantastic post. I love the visual here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the 3 dots. I'm going to press on save, okay? So now I can go back to my saved post later and I can go through these posts that perform well and I can get some inspiration from it. So I'll probably scroll a little more, and we'll probably find some more cool content. Let's say, all right, from Nelly, he has got some good stuff. Will's got some good stuff, but maybe I need some more about like LinkedIn reach. So this one looks good. MJ's got one about frameworks, offers, movements, LinkedIn. Okay, this is pretty solid. All right, so I'm gonna go click on this, press save, and I now have 2 posts saved already, so that's already 2 inspiration for my next post. And you could just do this for like 10 minutes, get a bunch of good posts, and you're good, right? And then you'll go to your saved items right here, and that's how you find your saved post there. And that's really good for getting some inspiration there. Miriam said, great, I post 4 to 7 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Yeah, that's really good. That's very solid. Good stuff. I like that a lot. You just got to find the days that work for you. There's really no secret to like what days you should post, what time. There's really no secret. It's all about what your audience is best for. And then for you too, like what time works for your business, right? You don't only want to settle for what works for other people, but like what time works for you? What time works for your commenting, your engaging, your posting, your scheduling? What works for your business is going to work for you best, okay? So that's good to see. I'm glad you're posting on certain days. That's really good. Okay, so that's the first thing is inspiration, right? I usually need inspiration if I don't have thoughts in my own mind. I need some inspiration from somewhere, right? So I will use other creators in my niche that target a similar audience, that target a similar ICP, and I'll use those people, okay? So that's going to be the the first part, which is inspiration. The second part is actually how do you write content, okay? And why do I write content, and what does it ultimately do? Okay, so let me open up my Google Sheets here, and I'll show you the answer to that next question. I will show you the answer to that next question right here, right here. All right, so we'll open up our content. All right, Alex's content. I haven't opened up my Google Sheets in a minute. I usually don't use Google Sheets for content anymore, so I've got like so many that I have to go through. I think I actually may have deleted it, low-key. Okay. Oh, wait, it's this one. Okay, here we go. I would not delete it. Silly me. Okay, guys, so basically what this is we've got content type, your theme, your post concept, your post date, and your purpose. Okay, so we've already decided our post dates. We decided our posting times. The next thing you want to know is before you post any content is why are you creating content? Okay, why do you think it's worth posting content? What does it do for you? Does it get you more profile views? Does it lead to LinkedIn newsletter signups? Does it lead to more sales? Why are you posting content? If you're posting content because you see that everyone else is on the platform is posting, okay, that's cool. If you're posting because someone told you to post, great. But why are you posting content? Why is everyone right now posting content on LinkedIn? And my simple answer to that is a purpose for your post, right? Every post has a purpose. So there's a few different ways what we create purposes for posts, right? The first one is promoting our paid offers. We're creating content because we want to promote a paid offer. We want to get more clients and more customers for our business, okay? The second thing is we want to promote a free offer. We have some sort of free course or a free lead magnet to get emails to ultimately sell, okay? We're creating content to promote our free stuff. The third thing is we're doing a paid promotion. Maybe we have like a sponsorship or a paid promotion from a company. That would be the reason for creating a post. Maybe we want to grow our brand and just grow our following. I started with 0 followers. I now have over 40,000 followers. So I'm posting content to grow my following, okay? The last thing is I am posting content to obtain emails. Email marketing is one of the best ways to sell. I'm still selling on my email more than pretty much anything else. Email is where to sell, okay? So you have all these different purposes. So if someone asks you, why do you post content on LinkedIn? It's not because you want to make money. It's not because you want to grow your brand. It can be. That's one of the reasons, but the main reason is one of these 5 reasons, okay? Each post has one purpose. So pick a purpose, okay? So let's say on Thursday, I'm posting to promote my offer. Friday, grow following. Saturday, grow following. Have your purpose. So let's say I'm posting 5 times a week. So for example, Mariam in the chat said that she is posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, 4 times a week, great. So if I'm posting 4 times a week, let's say Monday. Oh, wait, no. I messed up, guys. Monday. Okay, Monday. Let's delete these. Delete these. Delete these. Okay, so you're posting on Monday. You're posting on Wednesday. You're posting on Friday. You're posting on Saturday. Okay, so out of those 4 days you're posting, right? Let's make this a little, okay, make this bigger. Out of these 4 days you're posting, let's make a purpose for each one. Every Monday, you're going to be posting a free offer. You're going to do a lead magnet, okay? Every Wednesday, you're going to do a grow following, okay? Every Friday, you're going to do a post to grow your following and to obtain emails. You can do something like that. And on Saturday, this could be your payday. This could be your day that you actually promote your paid stuff, okay? So you have 1 day for free offers, which you're also probably obtaining emails here. 1 day you have to just grow your following, so probably no CTAs, just straight growth. Friday, you've got another lead magnet maybe or some way to obtain emails. Maybe it's like a new landing page or whatever it is. And then Saturday is like your payday. You're doing paid offers only. You're saying, hey, join my cohort. Hey, join my XYZ, whatever it is, okay? So that's going to be your 4-day strategy. Let's say you have time to add another day in there, Sunday. You could do another grow following, okay? You could do a paid promo. Whatever it is, kind of build out that strategy so you know, okay, on Monday, I know what I'm going to do already. I don't have to overthink it. I know that I'm going to be promoting a free offer. You know the CTA now, and you know the way the post has to be written. That makes it way easier. So you have that purpose now, you're golden. You know exactly what you need to do for that post, okay? So that is a great question. Know your purpose for your post. I know why I'm posting content on LinkedIn. I know what to do now. And then once you know that, you can go into here and you can say, okay, I know what kind of content type and theme that I want. Are you posting infographics, personal images, videos, carousels? Infographics right now are the best performing post type on LinkedIn by far. Carousels and videos were last year. Personal images were also dominating. Infographics are absolutely dominating LinkedIn right now. By far the best type of post to create. So I would focus a lot of infographics. If you can't do infographics, do a lot of personal images and then maybe throw in some carousels here and there. But infographics are beating every other content type. Okay. So you figure out your content type, right? We've got your 4 posts here. So let's do infographic, personal images, carousels, infographic. We'll just stick with this. And then on your theme, we need to decide what kind of theme are we posting about? Are we doing behind the scenes? Are we going to do a story? Are we talking about a system? Are we promoting a something directly? Are we breaking down a tool that I use? You can determine what day is what. So maybe on that Mondays, we have an infographic. We're probably going to do a storytelling, okay? Or we'll probably do like a 7-step system to show in the infographic. Then we'll do a personal image on Wednesday. We'll say, okay, personal images, probably storytelling, okay? Carousel, that's an easy way to do, let's say, testimonial maybe, or a tool breakdown. And infographic, again, we could do behind the scenes, okay? So we focus on systems, stories, and behind the scenes, my brand, my business, what I'm doing, okay? So it's a great way to showcase your content type, your theme, your purpose, and now you're golden. Now you have exactly what you're talking about, what kind of post you're creating, the purpose. It makes it way easier to create your concept. The concept is what the post is about, right? That's an easy step-by-step guide to create your content, okay? Mariam said, yes, I prefer to schedule the most special and purposeful content for Monday because it's the best day to attract more leads and enjoy higher engagement. Beautiful. Yes, I like that a lot. Yeah, it's very, very good. If you have which day is best for you, then that's great. I'd say once you find it out, you can easily create this and you're golden. I can also drop this, guys, in the chat for you. If anyone wants this, I will drop this in the chat. And that way you have it if you want the posting strategy guide. All right. I dropped it in the chat. If anyone wants access to this Google Sheet, it is in the chat there for you. All right, guys, feel free to ask any more questions. You have content, engagement, anything you have, just drop in the chat. Be happy to answer. It's 12:45, so we have about 15 minutes left for this live. So this is your chance to ask any questions before I tap out in about 15 minutes. Ask away about AimFox, posting, Super Grow, your website, whatever it is. Ask away. I'll be happy to help here. But I think the last thing you want to do too is you have the calendar view here. And so you can actually just adjust your calendar view by the month. So you can see, okay, I've got content for these days. Maybe I should move something over here because I want to put something over here. Whatever it is, you can move your posts around. It's a really simple tool. Now, if you don't want to use any tools, if you want to just stick with LinkedIn Native, you can go to your timeline here. You can create your posts here. You can still schedule for later. Scheduling posts becomes very easy. You can schedule your posts here. You can see what posts you have scheduled. It is very simple too. You just don't have like that cool calendar view, right? Infographics are magic. Recently, I posted an infographic for my clients. I started for him this month. The post got more than 5,000 impressions in one day and many reposts and warm leads. That's awesome. Before I joined, his profile was silent. What works best for him is the experience-based hooked, just the results from one case study. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Which hooks work better for 2026? Great question. I can show you what hooks work great. I just did a bit of a analytic test for my content. I think it was this one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it was this one. Nope. It was... Help me out, guys. Which one was it? Profitable content? LinkedIn review? Maybe it was this one. Oh, maybe it wasn't this one. Was it this one? I had a really good moment, guys. Sorry about that. I actually don't remember which. Okay, I'll just open all these in a new tab. I had a really good info. Content ecosystem? No. Oh, wait. Maybe that one. Okay, these are all the same. Engagement. I had a really, really good. I think it might be this one. Okay, let me just go to my YouTube. I posted on YouTube last week. I already forgot where it is. Oh my, silly me. Okay. All right, guys, here it is. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so the hooks have been working really, really well for me. Is I did a complete analysis of my last 985 posts. Also, I do these LinkedIn lives every Friday, every single Friday at the same time. I do them. I will also launch it on my LinkedIn, so you'll see it. And if you're in the school community, I also launch it here, so you'll find it. But it's every Friday. Yeah. Okay, so top engagement for hooks, guys, was I had 3 hook winners throughout the year. Okay, and it was these 3. So it was. My top hooks was the pattern interruption. So this was 23% win rate for all the posts that I created. So things like I have XYZ post queued, I quit my job with $0 saved. It worked. It has unexpected statements that stop the scroll immediately. So I used this 207 times and it worked every single time almost. Pattern interrupt hooks, right? So pattern interruption. The second one is story openers. So things like I wake up at XYZ. Yesterday I did this. So hooks that have I did XYZ or here's my strategy or here's what I do. Things with I or my, it shows the post that it's my strategy, it's what I do. So that story, that personalized story opener did really well. 19% win rate, average of 7,000 views. That's pretty high. And then also the authority flex was the last one. This one has numbers. So any hooks I use with numbers, so things like I reached 10,000 followers in 2 months. I made XYZ last month. Hooks with numbers, hooks with authority based did really well. So pattern interruption, story openers, and the authority flex with numbers, all of these performed really, really well this last year. So I think moving on here's the link to the school community in the chat. The posts that did really well were the numbered hooks, the hooks with here's how I did this or here's my strategy for this, showing what I do, personalizing the hooks. And then interrupting, like things that just are interrupting to the timeline, not the AI stuff, not the top 10 best AI tools, not the stuff that everyone has, but the hooks that are pattern interruptions work really well. So these 3 are super good. And guys, I actually created this on my my YouTube channel. If you're not already there, I post about this stuff every single week. If you just go to my YouTube channel, this video was really good. The one I posted last weekend, it goes over all of my analytics from last year. I posted the easy mode, my LinkedIn algorithm strategy 3 weeks ago. I have a really good one on the strategy, the YouTube algorithm. This one here, how to win LinkedIn's new algorithm 2026. And then the LinkedIn leads playbook. It's all here on, everything I teach is on YouTube. So if you have a second, these are underrated. These only have like 500 views and it's literally like how I grown such a good business on LinkedIn. So they're all underrated strategies. I would take a minute to go through these videos. They're typically about 10 to 20 minutes long. Some of them are longer, but just watch them on like 2.5 speed or 2.0 speed and just go through them, man. They're so good. Marlene, I'm glad you're learning a lot here. Glad you're learning lots. Drop a channel link. I sure can. That is something I can do. YouTube.com/Alex Calhoun. Oh, wait. Not .com/videos. All right, and if you guys want the YouTube, I will share the YouTube here. When you have some time this weekend, go binge watch. Go binge watch and let me know what you think. Just let me know what's helpful to you guys. I love doing these lives, though. If you guys didn't know, though, I was a Twitch streamer. I don't know if you guys know what Twitch is, but I was actually a Twitch streamer for Twitch. I've got 60,000 followers here. I actually live stream on Twitch for about 10 years. So I'm actually going to start preaching the gospel and just reading the Bible and doing some Bible studies over on Twitch soon. So if any of you guys want to learn more about the Bible, want to learn more about Jesus, I'm going to be streaming that too. So hope to have you guys there as well. But yeah, that's going to be the strategy for YouTube and for hooks. Guys, hooks are crazy. Like, if you don't focus on your hooks, your content is going to do bad. It's like one of the biggest things you need to focus on. Can you do a live on outreach, DM strategy, and script writing only? Absolutely. I could do a script writing one. I could absolutely do that. Thanks for the reminder. I will do that. Maybe I could do that next week if you're down. Also, I'll drop the cohort in the chat one more time. Guys, this cohort breaks down everything. It breaks down all of our strategies. It breaks down all of our scripts. It breaks down the engagement, the outbound, the inbound. It breaks down everything we're doing. If you see it in my strategy, I teach it in my cohort. So I'd love to have you guys there. If you haven't already, go to the cohort. I'll drop in the chat one more time. And just make sure you guys join that. If you're interested in something like this, you can join it here. If you want to book a strategy call, we can audit your profile. You can also book that here. I highly recommend it if you are someone who's coachable. If you are a coachable person, it's worth it. If you're not a coachable person, maybe book a call first and see if it's actually something for you. But yeah, the cohorts are awesome. They're 90 days long, and it basically builds everything you need. So That's going to be that. Binge YouTube today. Let's go. Oh, that was the strat, man. That was the goal here. Let's go. Good, 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 good. I'm happy to see that. If you have any questions, you can always reach out on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn like 8+ hours a day, so you know where to find me. But yeah, we're reaching the last minute here, guys, on the live. So if there's any other questions, feel free to drop them in the LinkedIn DMs, on school, whatever it is. Feel free to drop it there. But I think that's going to be it for me today. I've got a busy day ahead of me, so I do have to run here pretty shortly. But also, Shavansh, I see that you booked a call for today, actually. Awesome. Excited to see you there on the call. Amazing. Okay, awesome, guys. I will see you guys soon. Next live will be on a Friday, of course. Our new cohort does start soon, so we'll be focusing on that for the next 3 months as well. But yeah, excited to keep teaching you guys and learning from you guys as well. And thanks for attending today's live. It was awesome. Any other questions, just shoot me a message on LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to help. Awesome. If you want the recording too, it'll be up on YouTube here. You can watch it here. Recordings on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on school. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a great weekend. Mariam, thanks for being here as well. It was great to have you here. Marlene, it was great to have you as well. I hope you got lots of value out of today's live. Praveen, Justin, hope you guys had a good live session today. Afreen, thanks for coming in. Who else I missed? Grupani, good to have you here. Ajun, thanks for joining in. And Hasbul, thanks for joining as well. Peter, thanks for joining. Tom, thanks for joining. Great to have you guys here. Until the next one, next Friday, I'll see you guys there. If you have any other questions or you want to recommend any lives, just reach out to me on LinkedIn. All right, cool. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care. God bless. Stay safe.